Hello and welcome to another episode of GameHammer Extra here in the game room, and today we're doing a pickups video where I'm going to show you all of the rather cool stuff I've picked up since the last episode. Let's have a look. I've actually managed to pick up a fair amount from the various shops I've been to, and nothing is better. Not computer game related, but this is Moomin Mama from the Moomins with a little handbag and everything. It's wonderful. I love this. It's so cool. Hello, hello. So we've got a nice Moomin Mama to go with the clanger that I've already got and everything like that. I love the Moomins. They're so good. My goodness, back in the early 80s, around 84, 85, the Moomins, the East German Moomins, translated into English. Like this is from beyond the Iron Curtain, as they used to say. The East German version of the Moomins, made of felt, all proper old style frame by frame animation. It looked amazing then, it looks amazing now. That used to be on every day. You'd come home from school, you'd watch Bagpuss, the Moomins, and then CBBC would start up, and that was the thing. I loved it. So I used to watch that, and I've been a fan of the Moomins ever since, like from 1984. This is pre-He-Man. That's how integral this thing is to my childhood. So having Moomin Mama here, that is just wonderful. Like, hello. Oh, I love it. I'm so happy. Because that is not everything, because I've had quite a time for picking up stuff in charity shops recently. This has not been something that I've been able to do for quite a while, because charity shops around here just haven't had anything. But it's all just come out of the woodwork. So I'm going to start with two that I ordered from CEX, and then we'll get out in the charity shops, because I forgot about these. So, SingStar Pop. Finally got a copy of SingStar Pop. Really good fun. Love the SingStar games. This is one that I didn't realise I didn't have until not long ago. And the reason I haven't had it is it's actually quite hard to get hold of. This is not British. This, I believe, it's either in Arabic or more likely it's Indian. SingStar Pop. I think this is the Indian version. And it's interesting because the manual is backwards. As you might expect from it's written in a language, predominantly in a language that's written right to left, so the entire thing is backwards. It looks like you would open it from that side if it was English, from that side if it was English, but you don't, you open it backwards. It has got English in it. Where is it? It's actually right at the front if you open it from what looks like the back, and it's written the right way around. It's perfectly playable, perfectly legible in English. Wonderful set of songs as well. I had a lot of fun trying this one out. We've got, let's have a look, Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy, which I did sing, not very well. Black Eyed Peas, Blink-182, the Dandy Warhol's Bohemian Like You, I did sing that one, again, not very well. Tom Jones, It's Not Unusual, I massacred that one. If I could risk a copyright strike, I would show you what I sang and how badly it was, but oh my goodness, I had a lot of fun with that one, let's put it that way. But it's not the only one, because from eBay, finally managed to finish off a set. Now, we have up here, SingStar Deutsche Pop Rock Volume 2. I have not been able to find Volume 1 for quite a while, and then it showed up on eBay, so I picked it up. Deutsche Pop Rock. Deutsche Rock Pop. And you might think that this would be something that I can't sing, and you'd be absolutely right, because I can't sing. But it has on here, Die Toten Hosen's Hier kommt Alex. Oh, Here Kommt Alex. It's a song about the plot and the characters from A Clockwork Orange. So yeah, it also has two by Yuli, which is a band I absolutely adore. Perfecta Vela from Guitar Hero, one of the Guitar Heroes. That's what got me into Yuli. Really great band. If you get a chance to have a listen, there's loads of stuff on YouTube about them. Wonderful band. So we've got here Yuli's Geilzeit and Regen und Meer, neither of which I know the name of, but both of which I absolutely love when I hear it every single time. I've got an album of them. It's one of their live shows. Well, actually, it's a best of, and a lot of it's live shows. So you hear a lot of the stuff and say, oh, that's what that's called. Really good. So there's actually a fair amount of stuff on here that's really good. Christina Sturmer, really, really good singer. Couldn't tell you a single song that she's done. This one is Immer an euch geglaubt. I think. I'm terrible with... My German is even worse than my English, let's put it that way. So, it's a great set, though. I'm very happy to have it. But that's not all, because let's get to the charity shop finds. Now, I was walking past a local charity shop, which usually doesn't have a huge amount in, but then all of a sudden did. And I saw it in the window. It's still sealed. Yeah, still sealed. Thing. Dorling Kindersley Multimedia Chronicle Encyclopedia of History. It's still sealed. I think £1 sealed. I had to have it. It's light as a feather. There's bugger all in this, but I had to have it because basically you're buying the CD with these. They made the big box to make it look like it was valuable, but you're basically buying a CD. 12 special history in the making articles, more than 15,000 lively news articles, biographies of 100 of history's greatest men and women. I mean, it's basically a cut down Wikipedia by today's standards. It's from Windows 95 era. Yeah, copyright 1997, Dorling Kindersley. Requires Windows 95 and says, will only work on Windows 95. But it's still sealed. This thing is is old and it's still sealed, and it's going to stay sealed because I want it to be a nice museum piece. But I am very happy to have that. It caught my eye in the windows. Wow. And I know I'm kind of gushing a little bit and going a bit slow. I am exhausted. I probably should have done this recording another time, but there I am. But while I was in there, I had a look around. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, anyone? It looks like an interesting shooter from the stuff on the back, so I thought, well, for 50p, I'm going to give it a try. No manual, but it does have a piece of paper with table of contents for the warranty, and the discs there in decent condition, so happy with that. Drop that down there. But then Terraria was next to it, so I have for 50p again. I'm going to have that. I actually have a copy of this via Xbox Live Games with Gold from years ago, and I've played it and it's all right. But I thought for 50p to have a proper hard copy, yeah, I'm going to go for that. So got it. Then I was down in town for CEX. Sorry, no, this one actually came through the post. It is from CEX, but came through the post. Premier Manager 2003 to 4 on PlayStation 2. I thought I already had all the Premier Managers on PS2, so I hadn't even been looking for ages, but Retro Collect is back. The Retro Collect website where you can put all your stuff in, it gives you nice stats about how many you've got and what titles they think exist on the system that you don't have. And this was one of the ones that said I didn't have, so I thought, but I've got all Premier Manager ones for PS2. Nope, this one was missing, so I ordered a copy, and it came in great condition. So there we go. Still not at 80%. It's really hard to hit the 80% mark, but I'm so close now. It's like 79 point and then a bit. I am so close to getting to 80%. I can feel it. But then I was down in town. Now, I went down to CEX just because I was in town already for other things, and I decided I would have a look around. So I found Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil on Xbox. Doesn't say that's an Xbox exclusive because it was out on PC as well, but this is an Xbox exclusive if you're only going for consoles. Wasn't out on anything else, so there we are, Doom 3. Really good condition, very happy to have it. Plus I picked up a couple of films that I really needed to see. Freddy vs. Jason, which I watched last night while I was struggling to sleep. My goodness, it's daft, but it's actually really good fun. If you like that kind of film, you're going to love it. And then Friday the 13th Part 2. So another one for the Friday the 13th set. I've got the first one. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I would because I wasn't really into Friday the 13th when I was younger. But I've had a reappraisal of it, let's put it that way, because I watched the first one again not long ago, and it was great. It was actually an awful lot better than I remembered. So I'm going to give that one a try and see how it goes. Right, let's look at the charity shops that I went to today, because I went back down to CEX because it turned out they had a game that I didn't have yesterday, and I thought I had it. Came home and checked, didn't have it, went down to get it today, and it wasn't there anymore. This is the risk. This is why normally I always have my list. I've got a spreadsheet of what I have in my collection, and I hadn't updated it, so I couldn't check it to make sure, and it didn't have it. When I got home and checked, didn't have it. I need to keep it up to date. So I was down there, and it wasn't, and the thing I'd gone down for wasn't there anymore. These things happen. It's one of the perils of game collecting. Sometimes another collector, or just another random person who fancies playing a game, gets there before you. So these things happen. I'll get it another time. It's not like I'm going anywhere. So while I was down in town, I thought, well, I'll have a look in the charity shops. And I found Series 6 of Doctor Who, Part 1 and Part 2. Great condition, amazing condition. Really happy to add these to the set. It's not ones I had, so I'm very, very happy to add Series 6 to the set. But that's not all, because I also managed to find some game stuff, which is really nice. So, Call of Juarez, the Cartel on Xbox 360. Not a game I'm familiar with, but it looks like standard Ubisoft fare with all the random stuff. I do actually like Ubisoft. A lot of people slate them for having very samey gameplay in a lot of their games. You know what you're getting when you're going for a Ubisoft game. They're all pretty much the same these days. But I actually kind of like it for... I'm partly a completionist in terms of gameplay, but I don't always go for 100%. But I do like the way there's always something there to do. So you might just turn a game on and just do a side quest, that kind of thing. That's the kind of game I really enjoy when I can't sleep and I just want to do something. So I actually go for Ubisoft games. I've been doing Mad Max on the PC for a while now. It's actually kind of fun. So yeah, I enjoyed that. But that wasn't the only one that was in the same shop, because there was also on Wii, Pirates, The Hunt for Blackbeard's Booty. I have no idea what this is about. It appears to be a real young kid-oriented game, so I thought, well, it's probably fun for a GameHammer. It's got a bit of swashbuckling sword action, as it says. So there'll be a decent GameHammer review in that, I think. And then two that are pretty much just trade fodder. Just Dance 2 and Peppa Pig the Game. Not the most expensive in terms of getting a return on your investments, as they might say. If you bought it for a couple of quid, you're not going to get much else in terms of vouchers. But always a worthwhile thing to boost up anything else that might happen to be around that you're trading in at the same time. So it's a nice little boost, especially since I was picking up the other stuff anyway. So pick them up. I'll probably play them for a bit, get a bit of footage for a GameHammer review, and then trade them in. That's the kind of thing that I'm planning to do, just to get some of these ones that... the footage for some of these ones that I normally wouldn't have in my collection, but a good trade fodder. I'll get a copy. But even that wasn't it, because in the same charity shop, I'd done so well today, guys. This is heavy. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, the complete official guide, collector's edition. Now you might think, that's a big heavy book. How on earth is all that? But yeah, how on earth is all this for a guide? It's full walkthroughs. It looks great. The condition of it is damn good. And if I can get these out, it has the art cards. How good are they? And it also has, I'm opening it from the back, sorry, the map thing, which is enormous. I won't open the whole thing up because I don't want to fill the room with it, but yeah, it's got all the maps and everything. This is just so good. When I saw it, I thought, I can't possibly leave that behind. This will make an amazing piece for the museum, which is, of course, what this collection is for. So the museum is still going on, guys. It will appear at some point, but I'm so happy to add that, because that's going to be an amazing thing for a display on its own. Now we're coming from a slightly different angle now because I want to show you a couple of other interesting things. First of all, Sir Patrick Furlong has sent me this. This is something I've actually looked at a fair amount of times on eBay because it's an Amstrad compilation disc that would come with 6128s, but it's one that I wasn't familiar with because it's got a couple of interesting games on it. Doors of Doom, excellent game. Should have been a Roland game, but technically isn't because he's not named as Roland, although he looks like Roland. Kabbalah is one of the weirdest games I played as a kid, and I really must do a GameHammer on it because it's just fascinating. Very colourful as well. Roland in Time, one of the Gem Software greats for the Roland series, and also one of those that means that this one is probably a Roland game because the guy in this looks like the guy in this. One of those things. Shape and Sound, not sure what this is. It appears to be some sort of either a tech demo or a way of showing you how you can do graphics and music on your Amstrad, something like that. I'm not sure because I couldn't get it to load. Tubaruba or Chubaruba, I'm not sure how you would pronounce it, is a weird platform game set in a school. And I played it on GameHammer Live. It's actually really good. And then on the bottom, the prize. Excellent flip-scrolling shooting game. It's really interesting and one of those hidden gems of the early Amstrad. Amsoft did a fair amount of titles that people regard as not being great, but the prize is one that people don't often talk about, and it's actually pretty good fun. So it comes on one disc, all of the games are on the disc, and it's really nice. So yeah, very interesting extra from Sir Patrick, but it's not the only thing he sent because I've got the other thing he sent here. And this is rather cool. What is it? Well, it took me a while to work it out, and Sir Patrick wasn't entirely sure himself. Turns out it's a GoTech. It's a GoTech USB drive for an Amstrad CPC 6128. So if I grab my 6128, which is down here, you'll see on the back it has two connectors. It has the parallel port for the printer, and then it has this little port for extra disk drives. Now this is a lot smaller than it is on the CPC 464, and the reason for that is that the DDI1 system comes on a standard expansion port for the CPC 464, which is a bit different to what we've got on the back of here, where it has these other parallel ports. What have we got here? That one is printer, that one's the expansion port. That's a standard size expansion port. Then we have this. This looks an awful lot like a male version of what's on the second connector on the back of a DDI1 disk drive. The wire that comes out of the back. Wow, it's gone dark in here. That's weird. Let me turn the light on. There we are. Wire. When you look at a DDI1 ribbon cable that comes out of the back and attaches to your disk drives, that's what it looks like. So that's why the 6128 has this. The DDI1 is already essentially inbuilt as a ROM. So that plugs into there. I'll show it on screen. That plugs into there. Powers itself off a 5-volt cable, which you can use to plug through as a pass-through on the standard power for the computer itself. And then you've got an extra disk drive, but it's USB. It's very cool. I've got to get the software set up on it, but once I do, we'll have a 6128 with a GoTech, which will be very cool. And talking of interesting stuff, Minery Mini Sensory Chess Challenge. Now it's an American chess machine. It's a computerized chess machine. They're not usually available in the UK. I don't know how this has ended up here. It's not something that's common here in the UK. It's actually not that common in America these days because these things came out a long time ago, to the point where this thing smells of smoke. You don't normally find that, but if it's been in an attic for a while, that's what happens. So we have a chess machine. And if I can just get the lid off, there we are. All the chess pieces are in. And it registers where they are on the board, and it will play chess against you by highlighting where to go. So that is rather cool. So I like this. It's a shame that I haven't got all the pieces. I am missing 5, and it's not too bad. You can get replacement pieces. There are still companies that do these. I'm pretty sure I could probably 3D print them. I'm pretty sure they're just little chess pieces with a dot in the bottom, and it's the fact that you can put something in to the holes that registers where everything is. So That is cool, because of course you don't need to register what each piece is. Chess has rules. If it knows where everything started and where everything's moved, it can tell what each piece is just from that. So I like this thing. I'm going to get some replacements. Sometime next year I'll order them. At the moment I can't. I've spent all my money on Christmas presents, so I can't really go and find replacement pieces, but I will do that in the new year. And then we're going to have a nice game of chess, and I'll do a GameHammer review. Probably a GameHammer Extra. I do like doing the interesting things that aren't necessarily computer and console games as a GameHammer Extra. So look forward to that. But speaking of GameHammer, Jenny bought me some very nice things. Where is the other one that she got me? World Heroes Anthology, which is a PlayStation 2 collection of SNK fighting games. And Graffiti Kingdom, which I thought was going to be something a bit like Wheel of Katamari or something like that, but actually turns out to be an action platform game where you can design your own guys. So I drew Knob Mouse as a character and played this game for a little bit as Knob Mouse. That's pretty cool. Knob Mouse, of course, being the first webcomic from the UK. But that's not all. David Douillet, or is it David, David Douillet Judo. It's a French game. It's got a French and Netherlands language, and it's a highly technical fighting game. It's a one-on-one tournament-style fighter in judo, but to use the moves, you've got to do it like a rhythm game. So you've got to match the buttons that it wants you to press. It's really interesting. I think it's going to take a lot of practice to get used to it, but as in technical terms, that's quite interesting. That's not the only one. Also managed to finally get track down Pinball Hall of Fame, the Gottlieb Collection, which unfortunately turns out to basically have less tables on than the Gottlieb Pinball Classics. It's just how it is. It's like a cut-down version of Gottlieb Pinball Classics. Does it in a different way, has different challenges, so it is worth picking up. But I was hoping for some different Gottlieb tables, and there weren't any. That's how it is. So that's really the computer stuff there. Aside from, was it 42 all-time classics on the Nintendo DS, which I did a GameHammer Extra review on. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, remember to click that like button, share it with your friends out there, know what good games are out there, and do subscribe for future videos, because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk Robinson, you've been watching GameHammer Extra, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you like the show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. It really does help create future videos. That's patreon.com/Zoe Kirk Robinson. And I've got an extra special thanks going out to Chief89, Sam Yates, Retro Mickey 82, Mo Henry, and George Bortorini. Thank you so much, guys.